Well, guess what? It's already 7:40, which I said that I want to be trying to get to the last part of the Chalk Talk, but we haven't even gotten to DBZ. Unfortunately, Mrs. Kendo has not really seen Dragon Ball Z too much, if
I
at
can
all.
tell you that, well, I don't. I sometimes feigned an interest in it so that fourth grade boys would like me. Well, mainly one in particular. But I it was convenient because my brother liked it at the time, so I would just like when he was watching it, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's this one thing. I'd be like, so that episode last night, where this one person did that and he became a Super Saiyan and but I knew like nothing about that show and I thought it was stupid, but I pretended to like it.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, that was something else we talked about in the Dog Days room. Do y'all want to like comment about DBZ before I unload on it?
Steph.
Well,
First.
I would say that Dragon Ball Z is kind of like Mrs. Kendo. It's on my weaker side of anime because I'm not as old as all you people. So when
Really?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm like a freshman in high school, but
In high school?
yeah.
I have
Oh, I
no
didn't know that.
concept. I always think everyone's older than me, so.
So
Wally Win is a year
when
younger
Dragon
than
Ball
I
Z
am.
would play,
Yeah.
I was kind of at like the younger side of age, so I wasn't that interested in it. But then I would watch it sometimes, and then I'd walk away, and then I'd come back, and then so I know kind of a lot about it, but I haven't seen the entire series.
Well, that's okay, because we don't need to focus on it as much as we did Pokemon. But, the obvious, me and Wally had a good laugh about this, but, like, Krillin, for one, he was an interesting character. He was this bald midget, Merritt.
Yeah.
And, like, he had these, he had those
I've
6
seen-
little dots.
Yeah,
like
I
he
know
had
what you're talking about.
It was like a dice pattern of a 6,
No.
when you roll a 6 on a dice, that was on his head. But he always wanted to help, and I felt bad for him. I couldn't help but feel bad for him, because he'd always be like, Gohan, let me help you! And then, like, he would run into battle, and he'd get kicked once, and he'd be out like a light. Like, he'd just be out for the entire series of that, like,
I
it's like,
remember that.
on today's episode of Dragon Ball Z, the heroes fight Frieza. Krillin is still dead. Like, it's just like Krillin's just still off, like, in the grass somewhere, but they're all like fighting. So that was something that I thought was just, it was a recurring theme, I would say, with Krillin, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah, like when Dende like healed him when Frieza like stabbed him in the stomach with his horn.
Oh, yeah. Ouch.
Yeah, like when he came back after he was hit, he was like throwing all these destructo discs. That was like the best part, like the most amped he ever been throughout the whole series that I can think of. You know what I mean?
Nice. And Goku was like the Pikachu of Dragon Ball Z, because he was just like, he's just like, oh, well, good thing I was training with weighted clothing. I might as well take this shirt off. And it like hits the ground. And then he's like, and another 30 pounds and 2 little 5s. And he like takes off his wrists or like the wrist sweatbands and stuff. I'm like, bullshit. No human can do this. Like, but he's not human.
That's why they're Super Saiyans.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I guess the last thing that, I'll say before I just shut up about it and y'all can talk if you want or we can move on. But like Dragon Ball Z, of course, we know that the voices were extreme. They're on the polar end of crazy. And Vegeta, he was always my favorite, even though he was a jackass. And Frieza, Wally, you like Frieza, right? He was the best bad guy for you.
Yeah.
And Frieza sort of sounded like a drag queen who has been smoking his entire life. But he was actually a boy. He was not a girl.
He just, he was just destructive. You know what I mean? Like Cell, Cell wanted people to get a little stronger, so he wanted to fight them in that, that games and everything. And Boo, he was just did it, clueless type way until later on. Then he became good. And, Kid Boo was like evil, but yeah, Frieza, he wanted to rule the world. He didn't care who you were. He took Vegeta from his dad. Like, he was just a beast. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, he just, when I think of, like, the evil bad guy, the bad guy of the Dragon Ball series, and, like, Namek, it was just a good saga to me. You know what I mean? Like, that's when Goku first turned to a Super Saiyan. You know what I mean? And like, it just so many memorable moments. Chi-Chi going off about Gohan.
Her name is Chi-Chi.
Yeah, Chi-Chi
laughing.
Chi-Chi remind me a lot of my mom. You know what I mean? Like,
awkward.
she does. Like, my mama is like very very protective, and like,
And she
like
likes to go off.
She goes off a lot. So yeah.
Nice. Well, and Mrs. Kendo, you probably know because when you would watch it, it's evidenced by just seeing like 10 minutes of Dragon Ball Z, but 10 minutes of each episode is spent going, and their like lips and like pieces of their eye move up and down like that. She's nodding. Like that's when they're scared, or they'll be powering up for a huge attack. When in the meantime, the person that is on the receiving end of that attack could just come and elbow them in the face. So, the power up is just like until they're like Apple is freaking out at me. And yeah, and then the big joke, Mrs. Kendo, we'll have to show it to you, but there's a meme out there, not a meme, but a meme, and they say it's over 9,000.
Of course.
The reason is it's Vegeta, right? It was Vegeta.
Yeah.
They have those power level scouters where they can tell the person's power level, and they're like extremely baffled by the fact that it's 9,000, even though later on it was like they could get to like 100 million thousand or something. But like at that point they were like, it's like, what does this power level say? And then he's like, it's over 9,000! And like he's just like screaming it.
The little scouter making that little beeping noise. You know, hit it.
Nice. So that's why now in memes, like, you know, if they want to say something, a lot of something, you know, they'll just be like, it's over 9,000!
Yeah. Dragon Ball Z is one of those animes that kind of brought the industry back into the US.
Yeah.
Like, without Dragon Ball Z, it wouldn't be as popular now.
Well, yeah, there was actually a lot of, like, preps and stuff. You know, I was not one of them. There was a lot of preps that were, like, actually, like, that would watch it when I was in, like, 7th grade or something, and I was like, no way. The popular kids watch it.
See, when you were in 7th grade, I would have been in 4th grade, I would think, and that was when, all the cool little boys were obsessed with Dragon Ball Z. And
nice.
the guy I had a crush on had black hair, and he, like, got yellow highlights in his hair, and he kind of looked like a Super Saiyan.
With my spiked hair, some people accuse me of Dragon Ball Z-ing.
Yeah, you had yellow highlights in your hair, too.
Only at one point. Not permanently or anything.
But they were because he was using, like, this shampoo or this
It was a
that
gel.
you would, like, comb in your hair to make your hair blonde. It wasn't actually dyed, but...
Yeah, it was just blondening it.
Yeah.
So anything else before I move on to the next topic? All right.
Go ahead.
Crickets.